All right. Hmm. Hmm. What do we have here? What do I have here? All right. N. Divine 83 YouTube channel. What the hell is this channel about? Wire art, building coils, teaching coils. Today's Saturday. It's about 4:42. Sorry I'm late, but I'm also early in a way. Some people might be like, "Why are you late? Why are you late?" Well, it's because I could do whatever I want. I took a little cat nap. Wanted to wash my hands, go grab a coffee, an iced coffee from one of the yuppie coffee shops down the street. Did so. Some people might be, "Why you're early?" It's because I could do what I want. Didn't want to do 7 p.m. today. Wanted to do 4:43 for my friends over the pond. Did it. Did it. Because I felt like it. So I do what I want. What is up, everybody? Let's get live chat on before I go through that whole scenario. Good. Scenario again. All right. Got to eat some tacos today. Me and my daughter went to an ice cream shop she showed me. Some sort of ice cream shop where they weigh the ice cream that you buy, which is a good idea. You just buy as much as you want, put whatever you want on it, no matter what kind of ice cream. Then they'll weigh it on the way out, and you buy it. Spent like $12 on two ice creams, but it was good. Soft serve. Okay, let's see. So I guess it was sometime this week we went over to the Instagrams and we seen some sort of coil. Well, I seen some sort of coil, and I was like, "Hey, that coil, as simple as it looks, it's a little difficult, and I don't know if I've seen many people do it." I forget who did it, um, but I said, "You know what? Let's do that." I might do something else as well, but we're going to start with that coil. And what that coil was it was a staggerton and a staple stagger fuse clapton all in one. What did we put our staple stagger fuse clapton in for coil class? What RDA did I place that into? Is that sitting here? What RDA was that I used for that particular coil? Where did I put the staple stagger fuse claptons in so I could kind of show you what kind of build I'm doing? Quite honestly, I forget. For coil class, the staple stagger fuse clapton coil class, what RDA did I use? Okay, well, I could show you with this. Does anybody remember? Staple stagger fuse clapton coil class, what RDA did I use? Um, because I forget. I forget which one I used. Chevyman saying the TM Pro. But I'm not so sure it was. It might have been. Damn it, man. You know, I always do this to myself. It's okay. I have a staple stagger fuse clapton here. Okay, so this is what a staple stagger fuse clapton is. It's going to be the one on the end. This isn't a hybrid, but we're going to focus on the one just on the end, okay? Just this one on the end here. That's a staple stagger fuse clapton on the end there. All right? Right there. 2 claptons on the outside with the staple. In the pulse 24. Very good. You're correct. Very good. Pulse 24. Who said that? Chris Mick. Very good. Very good. You are correct. Okay. This is why coil class is good. Because I can fill up RDAs. All right. So these are staple stagger fuse claptons. All right. But instead of a regular staple in there, we're going to have a staggered staple. So it's kind of going to be like this. Staggered staple on the inside, kind of like this. So the staple I'm going to stagger like this, but the frames are going to be like this. And that's what we are doing. The name of the video is, it was kind of a joke. That's not really what it's called. I think I called it staggerton, staggerton fuse clapton or something like that. That's not really what it's called. That was a joke. But you get the point, right? You get the point. It's a couple stagger builds in one. So we'll do that, and we'll see how long that takes me to do that. And if I could elaborate on this build with something else, I will. Okay. And we'll see if we can get a cool build out of it. I don't think I've ever done this successfully. I've probably tried, but I can't say that I've seen a lot of people try this particular build besides the person who did it. Yeah, I should make a list. I should make a list of like what RDAs are what. I definitely should. And I should have a list like just here of what class it was, so I could be like, go check out coil class 15 for the staple stagger fuse clapton. You know? I should do that. I should make a little list here, right? I'm gonna do that. But this is not coil class. This is just regular old let our hair down and build Saturdays. All right. So who's the participants? Addie J, what's up? Bones the Skater, Chevy Man, Chris Mick, Craig Marshall, Darkside Coils, Dave Monteferro, Ezekiel Allen, Frank Haskell, Jerry Lawrence, Kim Dixon, Mighty Zoidberg, The Dustin, VDog55, and Zach Vapes. What is up, everybody? Anybody I didn't say hi to, sorry, you're just not on my participants list. I will say hi if I seen you, like Dane, what's up? Anybody that is watching but is not chatting, what is going on? Let's do it. So I guess I think I'm going to use 40 gauge. I think I'm going to use 40 gauge for this because it just seems like either 38 or 40 is the way to go. '40 is the way to go. It is. I was going to say maybe 38, but 40 is the way to go. I just find 40's easier when you're doing something like this. So that's what we're going to do. I need to change my batteries in this. Honestly, I need to wash this whole thing. I need to clean it out and stuff. But I need to change the batteries faux show. No, I don't. No, I don't. I just need to change the device. Let's just change the device for now. This is the device I will be using. This is a Golem with a Trinity glass on top of a Vaporesso Lux. It's like a 220 watt device. Looks badass. Looks like a really nice, expensive setup, but it's not really. There you go. What's in here? Apple. Apple. And I'm vaping. Sinful Apple Roll up in here, up in here. Sinful Apple Roll, where are you? Come in, Sinful Apple Roll. Where is your dumbass? Where is your dumbass? Don't really want to use a whole big bottle, but I might have to. Of course I do this to myself. You know what? Let's switch it up then. Let's do it this way. I had vanilla and chocolate ice cream. So this is a goon. We're going to pop the goon cap off. We're going to pop the Trinity glass off this one because the goon and the Golem have the same cap. And now they are switched and we are ready. Woo. Don't want to have a heat stroke. It's hot out there right now. All right. Doing that lemon ecstasy. You got that gizzard brew. Awesome. Other than that, I have the Dark Horse in the Wanderlust Light. Okay. So I could start with either the staple part or the frame part. I'm going to start with the staple part because I don't want my frames sitting around, getting banged around. So I'm going to do the staple part first, put that to the side, and then do the frames. Because you don't want to mess up the frames. They're round wire, and round wire the spacing tends to slide up and down the round wire. So the less it's handled, the better. So if we do the ribbon stack that doesn't slide and put it to the side, we won't have problems. So I guess just for this, well, let's get our ribbon ready. Just going to use 0.4 because it's here. We'll do 0.4. All right. All right. Yeah, I joked about the ASMR coil build video. Justin, you can't reuse the wire from the parallel clapton. You could. It's going to look like crap. All right. So what's the parallel twisted clapton called again for coil class? The one that looks like a zipper. Mamba. It's called a Mamba coil. It's called a green Mamba coil. I used ribbon cores in that video, so yes. All right. You can do whatever you want in coil building. That's what's great. All right. I'm going to get my ruler out. Coil class and coil names are definitely in the title. I put them in the title so people find it easier to find, or if they have to go back and see what was that called again. Just be like, boom. I got to fix the thumbnail sometimes, but that takes time. But when I can get them, I do. So I'm going to get out at about 18 inches. I'm getting out 4 pieces of 0.4. All right, 4 pieces of 0.4, just like that. And I'm going to make sure I have some 40 gauge. So I just cut some 40 gauge off this spool. And I'm also going to have my water thing. I don't know what this water thing's called. People ask me all the time. I'll show you what it says on here. Menda, it says. It says Menda. And on this side it says Durastatic. So you could look this up. I don't know what it's called. It's just a finger watering device. Somebody sent this to me, and I never ordered it. So, and anybody that knows me knows that like asking me for links is just something I don't like to do, because you're asking me to literally do the work. Because all I would do is be like, finger watering device. I would have to do that and then send you the link. So actually, one of us has to do more work. Because if you just look it up, you don't have to send it to somebody. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you really want it, do the work. You know? I used to just use a cap of water. I used to take my water bottle, fill the cap, and use that. This is a little more handy, but Coil Proby, what's up? An inkwell. It might be an inkwell. Maybe that's what it's called. I think my camera needs a cleaning. So give me 1 second here. I think I have my lens cleaning kit right here. I don't know what kind of juice is in this, but it came with my camera, and it's a lens cleaning kit. What I'm going to do with it is I'm going to clean my lens, and I actually might even do something else. Also has this lens cleaning cloth, so I'm going to squirt you in the face real quick. Oh, sorry. And I'm going to clean the lens. I try not to touch the lens too much, but the thing is I think with vaping, it gets dirty. I think that's the thing. Is with vaping, red shirts ain't good for live. Right, I got this guy. That's clean. Okay, we can put this away. Sorry, Chris, for getting that in your eye. Yes, and then I want to change to this tripod, because the tripod I'm using doesn't seem strong enough. It's just like a Five Below tripod that just doesn't seem to work quite as well. What's up, Vapor Cat? I don't know if I said hi to you. Nick Fenton's here. Oh my God, that's the second time that I did that. Oh, beautiful. That's really strong. Okay. Put these over here. Looks like a little alien now. It's pretty cool. Okay. Wait a minute. Does this have a shirt? What is that? Is that a shirt clip? I don't know what that is. It looks pretty cool, though. Okay. So we're going to take this. We're going to get our ribbons. And we're going to get one side of them. This is 0.4 ribbon. I use stainless steel because that's all the 0.4 I have right now, I think. So we're going to take this 0.4 ribbon. I'm just going to quickly stack it in my fingers, nothing perfect. Run my fingers down, and I'm going to cut them all the same size, cutting all the crap off. Any kind of bends or anything, they're all cut off. All right, so now I got 4 pieces of ribbon in my fingers. All right, 4 pieces in my fingers. I could stack them up here, run my fingers down. And now I'm going to just take some water. Vapor Cat put a link in there. Cool, Vapor Cat. You're a better man than I. You ain't getting a link from me. Got vape stores in the hospital foyers. That's awesome. Yeah, UK is way better with vaping than the United States is. I don't know what's up the United States ass. Probably their head. But I folded them in half. Running my fingers down, you see it looks like one piece of wire now, but it's actually 4 pieces of ribbon. Folded in half now. And now I'm going to have 8 pieces of ribbon. When I bring these together, like this, pinch it in, just like that. I keep pinching, make sure they're all stacked nice and neat. I'm going to take this 40 gauge, I'm going to pinch them up here, and wrap them. All together nice and tight. I'm going to get something like this. All right. I'm going to cut the excess 40 off of here nice and clean. All right. I'm just going to run my fingers down again a couple times, get more water on my finger. Pinch right here. I'm going to do one of these deals. My lighting's a little weird. 1 second. I got some weird lighting going on. It's focusing on my fingers good. Guess that'll work. And then after I have that there, I'm going to take my 40 gauge again. I put the 40 gauge between my thumb and the wire just to grab it. And then I'm going to wrap again about 5 to 10 times. I'm going to witch hazel. And that's what that's going to look like now. And then I'm going to pinch that 40 gauge and slide them all the way down to the end here. And once I get him down at the end, I'm going to pinch and do a couple more wraps just to tighten it up, because once you slide it, it probably loosened that up, didn't it? So I'm going to tighten it up down here. I'm going to pinch, tighten up. And we're going to be going over this in coil class pretty soon, the staggerton. All right, so now I got that all wrapped up. Sweet, sweet. All right. Now I could cut this off clean, this 40 gauge. Just these strands sticking up. Cut that guy. cut that guy, and there it is. Boom. All right. Now, since I'm staggering this, I like to hot glue this crap together. I like to hot glue right over the 40 gauge on both ends. All right. So I got this. I got this this hot glue tree. We got a tool for everything, you know? We got a tool for everything. And this Nick tree was made by Kim Dixon, the same person that makes these. Absolutely beautiful wood stands, you see? Made this. And this just holds a lighter at the top. I could heat it up because it holds it. It holds the hot glue there. So I could heat that up, get it nice and hot. Take it, drip it right over the 40 gauge here, and I let that dry. All right, I let that 40 gauge dry now. It's good to blow vapor on it. That'll help it dry. All right. When this dries, so I went right over that 40 gauge. All right. See, you can't even see that 40 gauge anymore, but I still got that loop. I'm going to hook that loop onto my swivel. All right, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see my swivel here. Let me fix my screen because I could see more chat than I could see what I'm showing you. And I would like to stop having fuzzy action in my videos. I don't really dig that. I like having a clear picture. And we're going to work on buying some things to help that out. I also, I'm not digging my sound, man. I think I got to get a microphone. That's one thing when I watch my videos, I'm like, I don't like my sound. It's a little echoey. You know? Nobody's ever complained, but I think if you heard me with a microphone, you'd be like, oh, this dude's got a sexy voice. I wish he had a microphone a long time ago. All right, so don't mind the light here. Is it awesome? Yes, but you don't need it. All right, now, sorry for the humming. That's the air conditioner. It's about 152 degrees outside, so we need the air conditioner. Okay, so we're going to take this loop that we have here. 1 second. It may not be so much of an echo as kind of a reverb or just bad sound quality, I think. When I'm listening to it, it doesn't sound like Black Cat White Faces would, you know? Or people that have microphones. You don't hear the air conditioner either? Oh, that's good. Okay. Mr. Red Eye Loon, what's up? Ron is here. Brad Collins came in. What's up, what's up, what's up? So I'm going to hook that loop onto my swivel now. Here's the hot glue. And I'm going to pull. So Saturday shows are for more advanced, really. More advanced builds than coil class is basically the idea. Is coil class is for more beginners, and Saturdays is for more advanced. I wouldn't say that this is super advanced, this coil, but it's definitely not for beginners. Especially since the idea is to get this perfect, like absolutely perfect. That would be my goal. All right, so now I'm just pulling the tension from the swivel See, I'm kind of running my fingers down a couple times, and I'm getting that ribbon all pulled tight and nice and neat here. And as I pull it tight, I'm going to heat up my hot glue on the nick tree, and then I'm going to dab the hot glue onto the 40 gauge down here. As I pull tight, as the glue dries, I'm going to keep tension pulled away. I can grab it with some needle nose pliers to make sure that the ribbons stay flat, and then I keep pulling the tension. I also like using ceramic tweezers to do this, but they're just not here right now. I don't know where they are. And the hot glue will dry, and when I let go of the tension, you're going to see them come apart. But when it's on my drill and I pull, that tension is going to go all back together. And watch, I'm going to show you in the middle of this wire what happens when I let go of tension and what happens when I pull tension. Ready? So let go of tension. Now watch what happens when I pull tension. It's like a perfect stack. All right. Now we want to stagger this, especially with 40 gauge. All I do is parallel clapton. With 40 gauge, I don't like a loop method. I don't like anything like that. I just like parallel clapton. So what I'm going to do is, to make this wire stick in my drill better, I'm going to put some more hot glue on it. All right, just to make this bigger for my drill to grab onto, because I don't really want it to slip out. It still might, and it's not a huge deal, but it's a little bit of an inconvenience when it does. So I'm just going to glob that glue on there even bigger, and that's just to make a handle. All right, just a handle. What's up, Bones? I don't know if I said hi to you yet today. Let me get some more coffee. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Feels like this hot glue wants to rip right off, actually. Maybe I didn't heat it up enough. Whoa! Maybe I just heated it up too much now. So now I got to make sure my stack's good again. Pull it tight. Glob it again. Stitched alien suka. All right, I think I'm good now. All right. Where's my drill? Let's get our drill. I'm just going to change the battery now, just in case. I think this battery's charged, but I know this other battery's charged for sure. Okay. Now, before I actually put that on, let me do something else. 40 gauge, doesn't matter what kind. I'm going to use 40 gauge nichrome. Put this spool away here. Okay. And I got this bag for the 40 gauge stainless steel. In the bag, keep the wire out. When I pull, it's going to turn. This is what we call the baggy method for parallel claptoning. Now make sure everything below you is clear. All right. I'm going to so I got 2 bags with 40 gauge in there. You can do so many things with this. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to tie it in a knot. I don't always do this. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I mostly don't. But let's just tie them in a knot. Cut the excess off after the knot. And then just to hold it for a bit, I'm going to clamp that knot and put it on the table. I'm going to put one spool on the left side of my left knee because my swivel is on my left. I'm going to put the other spool between my legs. All right? So it's like there's 2 spots. They're coming up. And they're not going to meet until they hit my fingers. And when they hit my fingers, then they're going to go up to the fuse. So I got that left side of my left knee because my swivel's on my left and in between my knees right here. Bags on the floor. They're slightly open so the wire could get through. And I try to make sure they're standing up. Like they're on the floor and they're kind of like this. They're not like, you can lay them on the floor. That'll work. But I try to keep them like this. All right. It doesn't always work that way. But it's my goal to try to keep them up. I did a video on the Twisted Messes 24 with the Eclipse Cat. But I'm guessing you're not asking me. I did make some, well, I haven't made stainless steel Fralians in the past week. I have some sitting here, but they're not 28 gauge frames, they're 29. But no, I haven't had extra time. All my extra time I've been live, which is very few the last couple of weeks. Very few extra hours. I've been like super busy. I'm not exaggerating at all. It's been pretty crazy. I got that in there. Now I'm going to take both 40 gauges. I'm actually waiting for 28 stainless steel too. And that freaking wire order. I'm going to wrap them both around here with my hands in the clockwise rotation. Yeah, one day this week I should have them. I have 28 or 29 frames. Those are the ones I make more of. Because most people don't ask me for like low ones anymore. Even though I like 28 a lot too. It's probably my favorite. But the last time I purchased frames for my stainless steel Fralians, I did get 29 instead of 28 that time. I should have got both. Okay. Now I got both wires coming up here. You see them? See both wires? Pew, pew. Now, I'm going to bring both wires together, and just slowly, I'm going to rotate this drill. And my wires are going to come together. And I'm going to pull kind of tight. And I want to fuse this as perfectly as I can. Like, I really want to get this really nice. I don't want any spacing really at all. I'll show you what it looks like for a little bit, but I'm probably going to have to bring the camera back for this part anyway, because it's just going to be fast. Once you get it, and you get the right angle and stuff, you don't really want to stop. You just want to go with it. Just get it all done in one swoop. Because you got the tension, you got the angle, you're holding the wires right. Oh, you're picking up the speed on the drill. That's not good. Those are going over each other right there. So let me start slow again. If they go over each other, it means your angle wasn't good. Just like there, I closed the angle, and it wasn't good. That's not good. Sometimes when you use stainless and nichrome, it'll give the illusion that it's a little spaced because the wires are two different colors a little bit, just by a little bit. But it could still kind of give off the illusion that you messed up when you're going and one broke. I knew that was going to fucking happen. There was knots in the one, and I knew there was knots in the one. So I'm not even going to mess with this. I ain't messing around with this wire. I want this perfect, because if it's not perfect, it's going to hurt me in the later rounds. Believe me, it's going to hurt. I just wasted like 8 feet of wire, but I'd rather waste this 8 feet of 40 gauge than 20 feet of 40 gauge and 10 feet of ribbon and 2 feet of whatever frames I use. You know, I'd rather just waste this 8 feet now to get it perfect. Because something happened when I was prepping the wires going down. I guess I had a lot of wire out of the one bag, and it knotted up below me. But right now, they're tight. They're tight. They're good. Let's do this again. I'm going to start. Okay. I'm going to start off slow. Pull the drill back so the ribbons are tight. I'm going to stop to move the camera, even though I really don't want to, but just to show you. All right, now you see the one, I don't know if that's the two ribbon stacks coming together, but if you think that your one ribbon's going a little crazy, you just do this right here. But I know it's fine, it'll be fine. Now it's even better. And better than fine is awesome. Tommy the Zombie, what's up? Fabian is here, what's up? That's what I'm vaping, the consequence. Start slow. Got it. Good. I should have a perfect fuse all the way down. All right. Or close to perfect. Now, I have a nichrome 40 gauge and a stainless steel. I can either cut whatever one is closest to the swivel off and then pull the other one off. Or if you want to make sure that you get the right one, you know, follow it up. You go nichrome, this is the nichrome. I want to keep that on, let's cut that close. Which, what I usually do is use the same wire in the spools. I come down here, now let's remember, this is my swivel. This is my swivel, and there's two wires coming out. I'll be here all day, camera. Let's go. There you go. Two wires coming out. One is closer to the swivel than the other. I'm going to cut the one closer to the swivel, which is actually the nichrome. Cut that clean. Now the other one is in back of that first one, right? So when I reverse it, that other one shouldn't get in the way. So I'm reversing my drill and pulling off the stainless steel. I'm leaving the nichrome on. And this is what I'm going to get when I do that. Pull. Pull the 40 gauge. Reverse the drill. And that should leave a perfect ribbon spacing, or a perfect 40 gauge spacing behind, right? Now look, fuses on ribbons don't move as easy as fuses on round wire. You know, they will move if you fuck with them enough. But it's hard, all right? Thank you, Tommy. Boom. And that's my ceiling. So if you guys wanted to see my ceiling, there it was, okay? And there's my window. And the top of my head was awesome, too. Thank you for the Patreon links, people. We will have a Patreon video this week, too. I think I missed last week. Okay, let's take it off. It's a slight mistake right there, very slight one. Let me show you. Very slight spacing mistake, which it may come back to haunt me later, but it may also just be a... You see that? That's what I'm talking about. You see the slight mistake right here. Very slight. But that will mess you up. A little bit, at least. With what I'm doing anyway. If you were just doing a staggerton, that's nothing. That's nothing. There's my wire. I'm going to take it off my drill and off the swivel, and we're just going to put this wire to the side. That off of there. Take that off of there. I'm going to show you one more time what it looks like. Eight pieces of 0.4 and 40 gauge. See how the ribbons look a little sticking up in some places in there? You know how I roll out my build later? That's kind of what that's going to help. I could do it now if I wanted. I could kind of flatten it down now, but I'm okay with how it looks. I actually am quite enjoying that wire right there. I like it. Looks good. Okay. Now we want to do round frames that are staggered next to that. It's going to be a bunch of staggered wires all together, okay? So, 0.4 ribbon, we need to think what wire is smart to put next to 0.4 ribbon. You could do 28. You could. Might be a good idea. 26 is a little big, but that would work next to 0.4 ribbon. I think somewhere between there, though, would be perfect. Something like 28 or 27 would be my choice. That's my choice. Personal preference. What do you want from me, you know? So I'm going to do 27, and since I have a lot of 27 stainless steel, that's what I'm going to use. I would say 27 or 28 next to 0.4. Next to 0.3, 28, 29. 30 even. 30 is hard to stagger, but you could do it. I believe in you. Black cat, white face is so freaking naked right now. Randall Hayes, what's up? Hey Nick, your boss just called. He wants to change to a 3 stories. You might be a ladder guy. That would be a nightmare, right? I've been on this roof not as much as other people, but I've been getting used to his roof actually. So I'm all right now. 3 stories would suck. Yes, it would. I need time to get comfortable on heights. Like I don't just jump up there and be like, yeah, I'm fucking dead. Pass me something heavy. I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. Pass me something heavy. No, I'm like, listen, I'll get here early. I'll walk around a little bit, get comfortable, practice tripping, see if I can catch myself. I'll just go, whoops. Oh, there's a hammer there. Whoops. And catch myself and then get back up, and I'll practice like I'll get ice cubes and put them on, or a banana peel sometimes. I'll put a banana peel on the top plate and I'll slip on it and try to catch myself. Just practice in case anything happens. I'll practice. So I'm ready. All right. That's what I do. I practice falling on the heights. Right? 27 gauge stainless steel. See this? See how it's all, well, yeah. That's okay. Let's measure to see how long this was. I got 9-inch. And I just chopped the hell out of it with my tape measure. That's why I'm glad I didn't do the round wire first. Nine inch, all right? So I need 2 9-inches for this. So I'm going to get my tape measure out to 18 inches. 18 inches. 2 times the size. 18 is right here. All right, that's my 18-inch mark. And what I do is I'm going to go a little past that even. You see how this wire is all messed up here? Watch what happens when I do this. 18 inches. Stretch it to make it straight. Wow, I stretched the hell out of that. It's a little more than 18 now. Cut it. Boom. Now this 27 is probably the size of 28 after that stretch. It gets thinner when you stretch it, but it also gets straighter. Okay? But all them bad parts are out now. Remember how bad that looked? Look how it looks now. Beautiful. All right. Now, how do I want to stagger this? I'm going to tell you, just chill, dude. Chill the fuck out, okay? I'm telling you. Jesus. It's like, just let me talk. God. I'm going to get out these bad motherfuckers right here. All right. I am going to do a type of a loop method. Do I like doing parallel clapton on round wire? I do. I honestly do. But I don't have to. All right, so we're going to take this 27 gauge. We're going to put it onto our swivel. I just bend it over. Grab both. and twist the swivel any which way just to get it locked on there. All right. Now, I'm going to do a 40 gauge loop method. I'm going to get one of my 40 gauges out of the bag, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces around 6 inches. Got 1 piece here, and I'm going to get another one just in case. I got 2 pieces here. I'm then going to go into my bag of tricks here. I'm going to get a clothespin that closes all the way. Ooh, look at that one. That's a nice one. What I'm looking at is I'm looking at the spacing here. Right after that circle, I want to make sure it closes all the way because I need to trap my wires in there. So I have one. Boom. If they don't close all the way, I was showing this the other day, or a little bit ago, you can kind of pinch them closed. You take them right there and kind of shoot it across the room, and that'll be good. Okay? And that'll close it up a little more. Because you want it pretty closed. You really want it to grab these wires. All right? In order for this to spin center, I'm going to get a little bobby pin or some kind of loop that I can put into my drill. Any kind of metal loop I can put into my drill. And I'm going to put it in my drill. So now I got kind of an eye situation and a hook situation. And I'm going to put the wire through the hole. Going to wrap it nice and good. Get it locked onto the drill. Like so. I don't think you can see that. Right? Now I use this loop method quite often. So first, I'm going to get this down here. All right, I got that. Pump through camera, Kim Dixon. That is rude. Man, dirty mind. Dude, I will shoot a motherfucker right in the head. Bullseye. Freaking bullseye. How badass does this look? Right in the fucking head. All right. You're like a child. Okay, we're going to stick this through the hole. Couple rotations. We're going to do a clapton. We're going to open that clapton up with an angle. I'm going to show you what this looks like right now. I'm going to lock my spool in and put it on the table. Just let it sit there. George is a paper, but I need him to come into chat in order for me to make him blue. Especially when we're live on Patreon. He is a patron. There you go, George. Just holla at me if you're a patron. But if you're not in the chat, I can't do it, you know? And I forget people. There's 50 people, and there's like 1,000 people that I talk to every day. So, there it is. Right there. Boom. Now, I'm going to take... Now, what's important with this is whatever way you're going to clapton. If you're going to clapton forward, you have to wrap this around in the forward. If you wrap it in the reverse, it's not going to work. It's going to tangle up right away. All right? You need to wrap it in the same direction. All right? So, I'm going to pinch both of them, the fuse wire and this loop wire, and I'm going to wrap it clockwise behind it in the first loop. I'm going to get my goggles on. I'm going to show you what I'm doing as best as I can, even though usually this camera gets in my way when I do this part. Yeah, it's going to get in my way. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. I'm going to wrap it coming from the front behind. The glasses really help for this. And I'm going to go into 2 spaces. 3 spaces behind it. So 1 loop in the front and 3 in the back. I go into a space each time. And this is what it looks like right now. I'm going to pull down tight. You see the tension I'm giving it? Pull down tight. Put my fingernail on the last wire here and push them all together. Like so. And then I'm going to take that clip that I said was so awesome because it's closed, and I'm going to put it over all 3 wires. 2 of the wires are the loop. The 1 wire is the fuse coming off of my spool. And then I could cut these loop wires down just a little bit. Nothing crazy. You just don't want to get tangled up. So I'm just going to cut these a little cleaner, but they're still hanging down a bit. And that's it. It's clipped on just like this. So now, this is what I'm looking like. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the emojis, right? This is what it looks like. So now, when I clapton, I'm going to pull my wire pretty tight. Make sure I'm on a straight angle coming up. When I clapton, I should get a perfect 40 gauge spacing. Just like that. Now, the loop's doing a lot of the work, but you still got to pay attention. So I do like to look at this as I do it to make sure everything is going good. It's going very fast, but I do see a pattern. See? Beautiful spacing, right? All the emojis look different here. They're all black. There's no yellow. There's no colors at all. I don't know why. I'm gonna square up with the pin so I'm not like going like this. Make sure I'm straight. I hold my spool low. As you notice, I'm not like holding my spool out here. I hold it down. Whoa, that's close. I pull my drill away from the swivel nice and tight. Pulling my spool down pretty tight too. Now it looks like I could afford to tighten up this loop a bit. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold the pin, kind of push it up to the wire and pull my loop down. Because it looks like it just loosened up a little bit since it's been down so much wire. You know, there's wear and tear on it, even just from, you know, a foot long. I'm almost done. Yeah, like always, guys, just because I'm doing it, it doesn't mean it's the only way or the best way. It just means I'm showing you the way I would do this, you know? And usually it comes out successful, so you could just take it, and whatever information you want to take from this video is the information you want to take from this video. I might mess up and you get information that way, like, oh, I'm not doing it that way then. This dude's an idiot. All right, I'm at the end here. Let me measure, even though I'm all the way at the end, but let me make sure I don't need to go like all the way to the end. Almost 20, right? Yep, almost 20 inches. So I got more than enough that I need. Watch what happens when I snip my fuse wire. Watch this clip. That's good. You want that. That's just the recoil from all that twisting. All right. If it didn't happen, it's still kind of going a little bit. If it didn't happen, I would do it myself anyway. Now, I want to wrap up this 40 gauge real quick. I'm going to take my fingers down here. I do want this a little loose. It's loose. I can feel it. It's soft. When I go like this, it moves the wire. Good. That's what I want. Now, 2 new patrons? Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I think that puts me in a pretty decent number, man. Built your first bridge coil? Nice. All right. I want to measure this. I need two 9-inch pieces, right? So I measured it, and it should be like 19 right now. Yes, 19. So at 9.5, I would want to cut this. The problem with cutting this is there's springback that happens that might mess up the spacing. So what I do before I cut it is I hot glue in the middle and then cut it. So I'm going to get my hot glue tree right here, my nick tree. I'm going to get my tape measure out and mark 9.5 inches here, right? Just so you could see what I'm doing. All right, and I'm going to hot glue right there. Let me get head on. Cool. Let that dry. Am I up to 300 a month? Patreon takes some of that, but it should be close to 300 a month. I think I got 260 this month. But yeah, it's awesome. Anything's awesome, right? Okay. Now, cut this from the drill, right? Cut this from the swivel. And now I got it on the table. Now watch what I do. I don't flip anything over. I'm going to cut it right in the middle of that hot glue. I don't touch anything. This is naked wire right here. flip anything, that's how it goes. Just like that. Take my needle noses, grab this like this, and put a bend in it. Grab this. Like this. And put a bend in it. Get my staple wire. Put it right in the middle. Now actually, this hot glue might mess me up right here. So I'm going to cut that off. Just so I can get them all nice and tight together. Right, I got my 3 wires. The staple in the middle, the spaced wire there. This is what I got. One, 2, 3. Haley, what's up? Haley Davies, Justin Bailey. Damn, you spaced 8ply.3 with 34? Damn. .34 is going to hold off whatever frames. You could use paper clips though. Yeah. Use whatever. You could use any of the things that I usually use. A whole bunch of things you could use. I like these. These. Or nothing. I like nothing. And just use these. Use a little bit, clip them down. Use a little bit, clip them down. I'm actually doing something a lot like that right now, so just watch. Just watch what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm pretty much doing a staggerton right now. I think the 34 might give you problems though, but 34 is very strong and it's going to hold your wires off to the side a lot. 36 is hard. It's not impossible. It's going to be tricky when you start fusing. I'm surprised you got it with 34 over 0.3. I'm going to wrap these together. Anything's possible, but some of it could get very tricky. Wrapping these together like this. This is what I do. I get my frames, I put them on there, wrap them up there. That's why I chose 40 for this, is because I didn't want it to get held off too much. I can kind of explain what I mean with the drawing. One sec. So I just wrap this with 40 gauge there. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to hot glue right over that. All right, hot glued right over that 40. See how my frames are bigger than my middle? Cut carefully. I'm going to hang this off the table here, like that. Get all three together with this clip just down at the loop, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do. Just so they don't fly around too much. That's it. I don't want anything else. Good. Leave me alone. I don't want to touch my spacing. I don't want it to mess up, especially on the round wire. All right. That's it. That's all I do. Now let me explain something. I'm going to put this to the side real quick. I'm going to tell you why I used 40 gauge and why I'm saying that 34 may be an issue. We got our ribbon, right? Let's pretend this is our ribbon stack. This is my ribbon stack. Now, if I were to fuse it with 40, it's going to look like this, right? If I fuse it with 40, it's going to look like that. If I fuse it with 34, it's going to look more like this. It's going to stick out. Because 34 is bigger, it's going to stick out the sides a little bigger, right? It's going to stick out here more than 40 gauge will. This was actually a horrible drawing because this is sticking out here. Let's do this up here. 40 gauge is going to look like this because it's so fine of wire. It's going to look like this. It's going to stick out a little bit, but 34 is going to stick out even more, be even more bulky, which causes your frames to stick away from your ribbon. When that happens, it gets trickier to fuse. But 40, it could get nice and tight up against there because it's such a small wire. Now, why it was important for me to do this is because not only is that staggered, but also my frames are staggered. So it's even more tricky because if I would have did it with 34, it would have been held off twice as much. Not only that, but then they start interlocking and it really messes with your spacing because then they start falling into each other, which can happen with 40 gauge as well. It can, but it's a shorter amount of distance. And then you're going to start fusing it on an angle and the fuse is going to start coming out looking stepped. Anybody that's ever tried to fuse two staples together knows what happens. It starts looking very weird and it starts going into a V shape, the staples, because they're trying to find the spaces. So that's why a finer wire was very smart for me, and that's why 34 might be tricky for you. It'll work. It's going to be more tricky. Plus, 34 is just stronger. So what's going to happen is when you come around here, that frame's going to want to come down because it's so strong. So I would suggest, Justin, to use big frames. I mean, you have to use kind of have to use 28 now since you have 0.3, but that's what I'm saying. Even with the frames on Clapton, it's going to stick out this much. If the frames are Clapton, it's going to stick out twice as much. Even with the frames on Clapton, it's going to be, you got to think, you're having round stuff go over round stuff. What happens when you try to put two round things together? They don't want to, like, try to stabilize a ball on top of a ball. It doesn't happen, you know? It's hard. It's very hard. So I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's going to be a little trickier than a smaller fuse. I wouldn't, like, yeah. For a beginner, I wouldn't want to do a staggerton with 34. That's kind of why I haven't done staggertons in coil class yet, because they're better with finer wires. Still do it, Justin. You'll see. I would do 28 gauge frames. And maybe use a bunch of these or a bunch of something to hold them together. That would help. If the round wire isn't spaced, you should be good. You should be good. Because of your situation, I would use more things like this to hold your wires. This situation, I wouldn't. What I'm doing, I wouldn't. Okay. There's my wire. One clip all the way at the end where the swivel goes. I'm going to get the loop. I only have a loop of ribbon here. That's the only thing going on the swivel, is that ribbon loop. Those frames aren't hot glued to there. Just the ribbon loop is going to go onto the swivel, if it wants. Then this end, yeah, most of my stagger builds you'll see me use 40, because it's just, that's a thing that is just part of staggering, is using finer wires is going to help. Okay. Here they are. I'm going to flatten these out real quick down here with my ceramic tweezers. Fuck you, phone. Who's talking to me? My phone's always talking to me. This wallet's up my ass. Okay. But that's why I like people asking questions in chat when I'm live, when I'm paying attention, because that just answered a question for a lot of people. Like, lots of people text me questions and stuff, and it's better to just come on when I'm live and ask, because now I just gave that information to everybody in chat instead of just one person at a time. Because you think that you're the only person asking that question, but you're not. Like, people ask me all these questions all the time. Like, I get it all the time. What's your favorite build? In little chat messages. Nick, this alien isn't going right for me. The cores keep binding up. Ask it in chat. I could tell everybody instead of just one person at a time. And I get annoyed. I do, because it's a lot of work to do this. And I want people to be able to just come here and be like, man, I learned something. I would have asked that question. So when people don't use it and expect me to take them off to the side one by one and ask, I get a little annoyed. I do. It's like I'm doing it for nothing. Not really, but you know what I mean. It's like literally having a class. Like imagine a teacher had a class filled with 30 people. They just teach a lesson and somebody doesn't come to class and says, "Hey, teach, can I see you for fucking 10 minutes? Yo, what's 2 plus 2? Can you explain this to me? I just had a whole class on it, dude. What are you doing?" Nah, I was late. I don't have time to come to class. I've got that. I don't have time to watch videos. Well, I don't have time to explain it to you right now. I just explained it to everybody else. 36 would make it easier. Yeah, 36 would make it easier, but 36 and 34, 36 would make it easier. But if you have 34 gauge spaces, just go with the 34. It's not going to be that much easier. 34 and 32 or 36 are kind of the same. I would just go with what you're doing. Even with mistakes, you're going to learn something, right? I might mess this up right now. I might do it on purpose. I might do it on accident. Who cares? But yeah, like what Justin's doing is better because now everybody got to see that, you know? Awesome, Dave. Hey, teach. What was today's lesson? Ah, we were learning adding and subtracting. Okay, well, oh, I don't get the subtracting stuff. Can you just take like 20 minutes out of your schedule and tell me? It's on the chalkboard, dude. It's still there. It's still over there. There's the chalkboard. That's me sending them a link. There's the chalkboard. It's right there. Oh, I don't have time. Yeah, but what's the real tricks? But is there any like secret tips? I don't do videos to just give out a little bit of the information. I tell you everything I know. No, there's not no other tips. I just told you everything. And I put it in your face in the camera the whole time. I'm the only teacher that actually rubs your nose in it, actually, too. Put it right in your face. This is what I'm doing. Here's a macro lens. In your fucking face. In your face. This fucking face. I'm just getting this 40 gauge here. Dark side coils, what's up? Okay. We're going to start fusing this. I'm going to go close up just about all this build, so I'm just going to go slow at first. And my idea here with the going slow is just to get the wires in an order and start off straight. Just get the wires in order, which I mean staple in the middle and the frames on the side. That's all I want. I want to get a good start, make sure they're all in line. I am kind of skip fusing it because I don't really care. This is probably going to get cut off in the beginning here anyway. But I do want to full fuse this thing because I think that's more impressive with this particular build. I think skip fusing is kind of an easy way out with this build. Maybe. I don't know. I want a full fuse. So I started to skip fuse just to get them wires together. Then I pinch them wires like so, just to make sure that they stay in order, right? That's what I want to see. I want to see them 1, 2, 3, just like that. Start off straight. If you start off on an angle, you're going to have to continue on an angle. Start off straight. In your face, in your fucking face! This is how you do it! In your fucking face! It's like just taking the copybook and just palming it and throwing it into the student's face. Once this space is big enough to accept these, I'll start using that. But I don't like squeezing before the fuse. I like squeezing behind it. So once this space is big enough, I'll stop using the ceramic tweezers to do this. All right? But ceramic tweezers are pretty flat. They're just a little hard. And especially in the beginning, I just want to fuse little by little and pinch. All right? I don't know why the wire wanted to do that, but I'm going to let it do it because I'm holding it straight. So if the mistake happens in the beginning, that's okay. I think the flattening is going to be pretty important with this build. I think I'm going to have to get the goggles on too. Like I said, I don't think this build is easy to do at all with staggering these three wires together. I just don't think it's an easy build to do. That's kind of why I wanted to try it, is because I don't think it's easy. It's going to want to keep doing that kind of stuff where, so the goggles are probably going to be important, because what's happening is exactly what I said. They're kind of locking to each other. Them fuses want to lock inside of each other. They want to find a gap and fall into there. That's what they want to do. So I'm going to have to combat that throughout this build, which may mean more pressure. It also may mean that I have to loosen up them frames at the end and just let them fly. I may just have to let them flop around. Let's see. One more mistake, and I think I'm going to have to do that. Justin's in military. That's awesome. See, here's my problem, is when you do it clean, it just looks like a staggerton, right? So it's like, what's the freaking sense? Yeah, see, this is probably why people don't do it. I feel like holding a little more tension on the fuse wire is helping me fuse this a little cleaner. But it does just look like a regular staggerton, doesn't it? When it's actually like a 3-core. Interesting. I didn't put my vision glasses on just yet. See, I just keep flattening. See, that weird stuff keeps happening right there. Mm-mm. I just hit that mistake in the ribbon, and it looks like it didn't really hurt me so far. I swear vaping causes dust to stick to stuff. I swear it does. With my dusty ass videos. Oops. Damn it. Right angle, right tension. Keep flattening. That'll be the key. Or the keys. I'm going to give you a different view for just a couple minutes, and we'll come back to this view, all right? I always hold the spool down. Always. The spool's straight down. As straight down as I could get it without hitting my table, basically. I'm getting a couple little hiccups here and there, but nothing like crazy. Nothing that's really bothering me too much. It's probably just small changes in the spacing. All right, I'm going to go close up again in a second. What I do want to do is I'm going to take that clip off at the end, like now. I'm like halfway, almost. And I think it would help. So far, I'm not mad at how long this has taken, but who knows what's going to happen, right? But so far, I'm pretty happy with what's going on here. It's not 100% perfect, but it's about 95% perfect. All right, I'm going to go back close up first. I'm going to let that go. Those are just going to flop around the frames. Paul Casper, what is up? See, the key most of the time is just be patient and don't be afraid to stop and flatten it out, because it's going to help you a whole lot if your wires are straight. So just be patient and you'll probably get done quicker. See, I'm not afraid to just stop even though things are going good and just flatten it out. See, most people would just keep pressing the trigger down and keep going. But I really think that this is helping flatten it out. I think that's why I'm able to do this. Because there is things that are happening, like watch before I flatten it out. See how the staple looks a little, it is kind of not straight right now. So I kind of gotta flatten it out and get it a little straight. Like I'm seeing differences before I flatten. Now it's straight. You might be able to see it here more. See that? See how it looks weird right there? It looks like it's going to start to twist. I'm going to do a rotation. See that? You see? That's not good. So, flatten it. Fuse. It's going to do it again. And that's the type of stuff that if you use 34 gauge, that's going to happen way more often. Because it's round wire on top of round wire. It's trying to push itself out of the way. I'm moving down this now. It's not going to be long until I'm done. think I might do another type of wire that's not going to take too long. I think I might do a little micro clapton as well. To put in this build, I'll do like 2 different wires because I feel like it. I haven't really got the build this week, so might as well get it out of my system now, right? I also didn't get to smoke crack this week, and I did that today too, so. I'm kidding. That's not a funny joke. I'm sorry. I didn't smoke crack today. Because I smoke crack all week, so I haven't built all week though, so now I'm going to get that out of my system. I'm almost at the end here. Once I let go of that pin, I've had no mistakes since then. None. I had more mistakes with the pin on than with the pin off. I've had none so far, ever since I took the pin off. I'm the teacher. I'll smoke crack if I want to, okay? I gotta keep up with the kids. Oh, I got a knot in my wire. Are you kidding me? What is that? That's not a knot. That's so fuzzy. Use a better view right now. So I guess if the spacing's good, this build isn't so hard. It's hard. It's not so hard. We are done. Right. Okay. Let's cut them off here. Cut them off here. What did I end up with? Nice. 8.5. Nice. Jeweler's block. What is that? Jeweler's block and stainless steel mod. All right, I'm going to show this whole wire to you from the beginning to the end. So this will be where I start it, and we'll go all the way to the end. All right, so that's where yep, that's where I started. See the skip fuse? I got a couple mistakes there, a couple weird mistakes there, right? Went good for a while. Looks like I got a weird little knot there, probably from reversing. Looks good for a little bit. Looks like I got a mistake there, kind of. Not bad. Just little weird ones, right? And then coming down towards the middle of the wire, I get another little spacing mistake there. And then this is around where I took off the clip. Nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think it came out really nice. I don't want to just wrap that up. Boring, because it looks awesome. Obviously, it's a cool wire, but it's not. Let's do a micro clap and a parallel next to it, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my corded drill. I'm going to throw that in the driller, or in the vise. I'm going to get like a piece of, I don't know, 34 would be the easiest. Yeah, let's do 34. I'm just going to do 34. What do you mean, can I wrap just one coil? I'm going to wrap them, yeah. I'm going to wrap the coils. Yeah. These wouldn't be so hard to wrap, but I will wrap them. I don't know if I said hi to Frank in this show. What's up, Frank? Don Coileone is here. Frank, where are you from? Haskell sounds familiar and kind of look familiar. I know you've texted me before. Jersey. I think there's Haskell's over here in Philadelphia. Yeah. Okay. I want that bobby pin. Bobby pin. I'm going to do 34 just to keep it easy. 34, 44. I could do 42, but we'll do 34, 44. So I would like a nice amount, but I don't want to go too crazy when I'm live because micro claptons take time. They're wild to do live, so I'm going to try to keep it as short and sweet as possible. Even though 34 is actually, I mean, it won't break on me at least, but it actually does take a little longer than something like 38 because it takes longer to get around. But whatever. So I'm going to take this 34. I got a lot of it anyway now. 34 stainless steel. I'm going to pull about 5 feet out. Give it a little stretch, nothing crazy. Get it locked into my spool. Put that away so I don't lose it. And I like to just fold it over the swivel. And I guess I'll just hot glue it first, and then maybe I'll wrap it with something. Heating up hot glue. Let's hot glue them together. You have family in Philadelphia? Yeah, I'm in Philly. Bring this. Down here. Wow, I pulled out a lot more than I'm going to use. It's probably going to be around a 4-footer, but I'm probably going to parallel clapton it anyway. We're doing micro claptons on coil class, I think, this week. I think we're doing micro claptons and hybrids. I think that's what is this week. Micro claptons and hybrids. think that's a good one to mix together. Because you can't just do like a micro clapton and that's it. I guess you could. Ooh, I know exactly what we're going to do. Micro claptons and hybrids. We're going to do the simplest hybrid you've ever seen in your life. All right, I hot glued that end. So I will teach this better this week. I got 44 gauge stainless steel. I'm going to bring it down here first. Just at this end. I want to get this end locked in. I'm going to stick it into that hole. Because all I did was hot glue this. I didn't like twist it or anything. I never done it this way before. I'm going to try now. Pull the 44 through and hit the drill. And that's going to tie it up a bit. Now there's a little bit excess. Cut that, and I could cut this one off as well. And that should be locked in. So when I pull my drill a little tight, everything should stay. The other end I did twist. What's up, WP Mac? I'm going to get this wire pretty tight. And clamp it to the table. I'm going to mute. I'm going to mute the video just so you guys don't have to hear the drill all loud. So just give me, I guess, like 5 minutes and this will be done. I'm almost done, but I got to tighten it because it's so loose, this wire. You don't want that. So I'm tightening it again. It just does that. The drill just moves forward after a while of spinning and pulling. So I tighten it up halfway and I'm going to go again. I'm muting while I clapton because you'll have to hear this. All right. I clamp my drill down all the time. I clamp my drill down constantly. My drill's clamped down right now. Anytime I stagger, I clamp my drill down too. Yeah, I clamp my drill down a lot. I got all these clamps here. Clamped down right now. Yeah, I do like to clamp my drill. It does, definitely helps. But it still moves. It'll still move. Addy Tooney! Okay, now we got this micro clapton. I'm going to clapton it around, I'm going to parallel clapton just so I get a lot. Because if I clapton this around 28, I'll get a good amount. But if I parallel clapton, I'll get a bigger amount. That's what I want. I'm going to do 28 nichrome for the core because I want to keep it small because I don't want my micro clapton to overpower this wire too much. If you micro claptons, usually people focus on them, so you want to not do that too much. Like if you parallel a wrap, the better looking coil people are going to look at, right? So you don't want to make it real big. So I'm going to take this 28 gauge nichrome and I'm going to get out about 9-inch. Stretch it straight. Cut it. Put it in there. Put this away so I don't lose it. And I'm going to get 34. Just do the 34 stainless steel. Take this micro clapton off of this swivel. I'm going to get my drill. I'm going to get that bobby pin. I'm going to get this bobby pin in here. Yeah, some people have like setups, Frank. You ever see that? Like Merlin has one. Merlin has like, it holds his drill and he slides it back and forth and he can tighten it down. So it's always in a clamp and you just tighten it, which is pretty cool. Some people have some pretty cool. Okay, here we go. Let's get this guy in here. On there. Yeah, Merlin and Kim Dixon. Yep. Yep. But I don't know if Merlin lets Kim use the build station. I don't know. Maybe he does. I think she sneaks in when he's sleeping. .34 stretch. It's kind of like a me and Ned situation. Get both these wires. One's on my left side, one's on my right side. Get them into my drill. Do a couple rows. I want to get them on opposite sides because that's the way they want to go. They're both coming up. Oops. Reverse and fix. I did it again.
Isn't it funny how I could parallel clapton with 40 gauge easier than I can with 2 pieces of 34? It's just different. It's not the same. I did it again. I keep claptoning over. It's basically me just not holding the right angle. Did it again. My micro clapton is over. It could also be me not holding the tension properly. So when I do this, I don't really let the claptons just slide through my fingers like I would with a parallel clapton. I hold it and I just hold it tight down and my fingers will come up. I get to the top, I bring my fingers down, pull down tension. Might have made a mistake there. All right, I'm at the end here. Just going to finish it up. Since that micro clapton takes quite a bit to make, you might as well get as much out of it as you can. All right, so that's the end. So I'll tell you what I did. I did 42 inches, so less than 4 feet. 42 inches of a micro clapton got me a 10-inch parallel clapton. So it would get you about a 5-inch clapton. So 3.5 feet will get you a single coil full. All right. So these are my 2 wires that we are going to wrap up today and make a coil out of. Or 2 coils out of at that. All right, Fabian. Thanks for hanging out. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay, now, I really, really, really want to get, I'd like to get a 5 wrap of the staggerton and a 4 wrap of the micro clapton. That's what I would like. What I'm going to get and what I'm going to like are 2 different things. I mean, I could get that. I have enough wire. But the question is, how big is that coil going to be? So I'm going to cut this one in half. So 4 1/4 is halfway of 8 1/2. So I'm going to cut this guy in half. And actually, I'm going to look at them. And find out which one's the good one. This is the good one. I'm going to wrap the bad one first. And, you know, the one that has more mistakes is going to get wrapped first. All right. So, how would I do that? Yeah, it's all staggered. The frames are staggered and the middle staggered. That's what I did. Yeah, it was easier than I thought it would be, but it's not as easy as it's not just a staggerton. Let me get a piece of hold on, so these guys can kind of get the full effect. These are my wires. So that's 8 pieces of 0.4 in 40 gauge, 27 gauge frames in 40 gauge, then I fuse them all together. And then the micro clapton is 44/34 paralleled with 34/38. And that's how I'm going to wrap them. Just parallel clapton. How much smaller 40 gauge is to 44, or how much smaller 44 is to 40.
Okay. So, what's up, Rodrigo? Yeah, it should be pretty good. Um, let's see how it wraps. Let's see what it looks like. So, somebody asked me to wrap the coil. I'm going to do 3mm because that's what I like. I like 3mm coils, depending on what I'm putting it in. 3mm and a 24mm deck. 3mm outside diameter, inside diameter coil. Somebody did this build on either coil class. Hold on. Let me see something. Somebody did. Let me give a shout out to the person that did this. Oh, actually, I could show it. Hold on. I forgot I could show it. So somebody did this and posted it in coil class, and I was like, that's actually pretty hard to do. So I imagine they were a beginner, and I think that they didn't quite understand what I was showing during coil class. I'm not positive, but they did it in coil class, and I was like, I haven't really seen that coil done too many times, if at all. So I was like, it's actually also hard. It's hard to do. So I wanted to duplicate. Wow, people are really doing that Mamba coil pretty damn good. I haven't got to check out coil class in a while, but wow, people are doing some pretty cool stuff. Why is an Enigma in there? Let me find this build. Give a shout out to the person that inspired me to do this build. Give me seconds. I'm almost there, and I will show you. Here he is. Vape and Jason did it. Vape and Jason did it. Okay. Hold on. Here it is. All right. So Vape and Jason did it. And you see, he staggered the frames and he staggered the middle. Not easy. Not easy. I would not have been surprised if mine came out looking like some of this. It's not easy to do at all. So he should be proud of himself that he got this much because it is not easy. All right. 6 wraps at that. 6 wraps to boot. So, and you don't see this often. And I'm sure it probably vaped really good. So, Vaping Jason, good job. I was inspired, sir. All right. So, let's wrap. Vaping Jason, there he is. This is how I would wrap something that's tricky to wrap. I would take my needle noses and I would get the end of my wire just like that. Put it on the, actually, put it on the very tip of the needle noses, right on the tip, right there. Boom, just like that. Just like that. So this is holding it like a vise, because a vise works very good for wrapping. And you kind of want your coil on an angle here, right? And then I would take this, bend it down slowly. Bring it back. And when you bring it back, you want to get another pair of tweezers and kind of give it a little pull. You just wrap it slowly. Staple builds with frames are a little easier than just regular staples. I'm just going to wrap it slowly. After every few wraps, just pull it tight. So this is the one that I made a couple mistakes in myself. Here's what my 5 wrap looks like without the micro clapton. All staggered. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Now, a parallel clapton, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend my edges, well, on my micro clapton, I'm going to bend my edges down. Remember how we did the snake belly? You don't want this clapton to pull off of here. And it will if you're not careful. So it is just a round wire over a round wire. It's like having a slinky over a rod. It will pull off. So everything's round. All right? It will slide back and forth, and if you wrap it and you pull this way, it'll pull right off of that core. All right, so I bend both my ends down. I bent it over, and you see the core is bent over. How do I parallel clapton? Well, I'm just going to take that coil there. I'm going to take my micro clapton, just like that, and I'm going to squeeze it into the first 2 wraps. And I'm just going to wrap it in there and let it push the wraps out of the way. You can just wiggle it back and forth and it'll fall right in there. And this is what I want right here. Kind of just push it out of the way with the micro clapton build. That's what I want. Looking pretty cool, pretty spiffy. Okay, now I'm going to be able to do 2 coils, but I want to see what RDA am I going to put it in. I think the Twisted Mess is going to have no problem with this. I think the 25 Goon is going to have no problem with this. 25 Goon, it'll fit. Try the 24 Goon, it'll fit. It'll fit in the 24 Goon. Okay, so this isn't a humongous build to where, you know, I'm going to have problems. So, first time using the new build stand? Yes, please. I'm going to use one of the Twisted Messes blue decks. Just be very careful. I don't want to scratch them posts. Okay? Mothership Alien's going to be a while, so you'll be waiting. All right. Get that new. Twisted Messes tool. Subboom Samurai, what's up? I love Coil Class too. Everybody loves Coil Class. Donald Trump called me up and said I love Coil Class too. And so did Hillary Clinton. They all did. Look at them holes. All right, now what post holes do I have to put this thing in? I don't know if I have to go to the far ones or if I could do it regular. Regular is going to be close, but I think it's possible. Let's try the regular way. First, I want to take my leads. I know you probably can't see this, but I'm just going to bend my leads so they're on the same plane, basically, just like I always do. I've done this so many times that I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I do it to just about all my coils.
Pull my micro clapton tight. Man, it's close to wanting to go into the other one. It really is. It's a very close fit. You see, I could go into the last hole if I wanted. Definitely could. It's almost good though. Kind of is good. I want to light up one of these. I don't want to light up both. I'll give you the ohms on one of them and light it up. The other one I'd like to take pictures of. But I will give you the ohms and we will fire this and see how it fires. I'm going to bend my micro clapton that I just cut off on the one end so it doesn't come off. Just like that. And that's what it's looking like right now. I might want to pull some of that micro clapton tighter, but it's all right now. I'm kind of good with it. I could try for perfection and waste a lot of time, but I could do that off camera as well. Basically, that micro clapton just needs to be pulled out of the post a little bit, out the back. I would just put my bit in there, grab the micro clapton, undo that lead, and pull it tight. Well, undo this lead a little bit, grab the micro clapton, pull it tight, bend it up, tighten down. Straighten out, push it over. Top cap will fit. So twist it against this top cap. This is an eclipse cap here. Got a video on both of these up there on the YouTubes. right, let's see what it ohms out to and put some colors on it. All right. Oh, this got battery. So I could keep vaping. Yeah, if you want one of them build stands, you just text Kim Dixon on Instagrams. Okay. So, I need this. Let's see what it ohms to. We got some guesses for single. Here we go. Whoa, what is that? Somebody nailed it. I think the first guess nailed it. Single coil. Gonna have to stay at single coil. I mean, I could take pictures with dual, but hold on. 0.10. Single coil, 0.10. You got to figure though, this is like 2 coils in one, 5 wrap and a 4 wrap. So that's not too crazy because it's 2 in 1. So a dual would come out very, very low. There is a lot of wire. Lots of pretty high gauge wire, but still a lot of wire nonetheless. All right, let's color it up. So right now I just got 8 watts going through it. I'm just pulsing the button. I'm going to pulse it a couple times at 8 watts, kind of hold it in a little bit, kind of start seeing some oils burning off of it. I smell it a little bit. I'm going to give it a little wiggle just to pretend like there's hot spots in there and get them out. I'm going to tighten down this atomizer a little more. All right, now I'm going to turn the wattage up to about 15. 15 exactly. And this should get out most of the colors, the 15 watts at pulsing. And we'll see how it glows, what fires first. Okay, so the micro clapton's firing first. Right in the middle, too. Wow. That's what's supposed to happen. That's a staged coil. It's lighting up a lot quicker than the rest. All right, I need to put the watts up in order to get it. So I'm going to go to 25, 26 I'm at. There's a lot of stainless steel in this build, so looks like I'm getting a little weird hot spot down there because of the wire overlapping. Man, I think a lot of the outside wire is nichrome. The 40 gauge. There's some stainless. But that's what a staged build should do, is the smaller wire lights up first. Helps the rest of the wire light up. Yeah, see, I should have washed it. Damn it, I always forget that the nichrome on the outside is going to affect it. Yeah, you see that wrap at the bottom? That's why I probably should have put it in the posts furthest away from each other. I should have put this wrap into this post. This is why I like coloring them off camera, because I get to wash them and all that stuff. After you fire it, the washing ain't gonna do nothing. When I wash the other ones, it will, but once you fire it, you can't get them colors back. Once you blow through the heat, it's over. You can't like reheat it later. So this one, like, I'm not gonna get any more colors out of it. So the next one I'm gonna have to wash really good and do the same thing, and I should get much more colors. So I'll put that on Instagram. I actually got this new phone I can take pictures with, so see how that works out. Color's gone. Heat it up again and see what happens. Looks like the staggerton is lighting up quick. Maybe we were just seeing the stainless steel light up first on the micro clapton. Pretty cool. See, the only thing about this build is it looks like a regular staggerton, right? So you do all that work for what? Most people won't notice what it actually is. Saturation station. I don't know if I said what's up to you today. What's it ohming out to now? Oh, 0.13. 0.13 now. Just because all the nichrome. 0.14 it went up to. The stainless steel does that. All right, man. I'm not doing that right now, Jason. Make it all messy. I gotta get it all together and stuff. take pictures. I don't want to have to wash it 5 times. Yeah, give it another try. All right, everybody. I think that's it. When did we start? Like 4? Damn! I missed over 4-hour video? 3.5? 3 hour? It's a long video, man. How long was the micro clapton? I did like 3.5 feet. I got 2 coils out of it. 3.5 feet. Not long. Like I said, yeah, coil class is going to be micro claptons and hybrids. Four hours, 30 minutes? 4? I started at like 4:45, right? 5, 6, 7:45. Yeah, it'll be 3.5. 3.5. Right? I don't know. Who cares? We had fun, though. We do good. Way to build, everybody. Way to build. I might have said it while I was muted, Paper Cat. I'm not sure. I said it when I was micro clapton, and I think. Just flying by. I'll give you another shot of the wire, and I will get out of here. Everybody, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, I guess. I don't know. Anytime you click, makes more money. YouTube tells you what the percentage. What's up, Jay Goldie? The percentage of money you make. And it was up like 110% every week. It was like up 110%, up 110%. It's down 80% this week because of my lack of video. Ain't that crazy? I don't give a shit, but it's funny to see. Here's these wires again. You want to see these wires again? I'll show you these wires again. Get the camera right. And everybody, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. If you didn't go to church this morning, you better go to church tonight. Thank you, UK people. That's what we did. Everybody have a great weekend. Geronimo, text me. If I haven't got back to you because you texted me, it's because I was too busy and I didn't want your thing to unhighlight. I'll text you back. It's only like $300. Nah, it's going to be, if you're in the US, it's like 5. Here in UK, it's going to be a little more. It's going to be like 15, or outside US, it's like 15, I think. Apparently, I won something on the Pride Raffle, right?
Yeah, next show will be Tuesday, 7 o'clock here. I might be on Black Cat, White Face on Tuesday. I'm not sure yet, depending on work. So, everybody, thanks for watching. Once again, have a good weekend. Rest of your day. Have a good week. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. You need to drink your water. And you guys are awesome. I will see you in the next one if I can find my mouse and I can get out of here.